أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. If everybody can just say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, because there is definitely presence of shayateen around us. So everybody should say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem properly. So A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. So yeah, आप please एक जगह बैठ जाए. Please sit in one place. Okay, good girl. Yeah. Good. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله فأما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. You want me to speak in English or Urdu? English? Okay. One second. So Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gathered us here to join the happiness and joy of Asma and getting married ceremony. And we have to all make all the good wishes, du'as for her future life, inshallah. And we will, inshallah, talk about a few things which are just a few points here, inshallah, which will help Asma and it will help all of us. A reminder for me and maybe a reminder for all of you, inshallah. When we get into marriage, there is, we are forming a relationship. It's not just a relationship between one woman and one man. It's a relationship between one family to the other. And Rasulullah pointed out that the most difficult thing in this world, the most difficult deed that one finds it in this world is maintaining relations. It's the most difficult. We find it, maybe other things are maybe difficult, but actually maintaining relationship is the most difficult thing. So I'm going to give some pointers which are required to form good relationship. Asma will find it, even if in one house there is one brother and one sister, they will have individual differences. Everybody is different. And that's the uniqueness Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. We are all different. All of us are different. So whenever we are together, we will find it difficult to maintain a relationship with each other. And what is required to maintain relationship, that's what I'm going to talk about. And what did Nabi Sallallahu say about relationships? He asked a man, do you know what is maintaining relationship? He said, yes, I know. If you invite me, I'll invite you. If you smile at me, I'll smile at you. If you give me a gift, I'll give you a gift. If you call me, I will call you. He said, that's transactions. That's not maintaining relationship. Maintaining relationship is when I don't invite you and you still invite me. I don't call you, but you call me. I don't inquire of you, but you inquire of me. That is maintaining relationship. And that's why it's so difficult. Otherwise, it's so easy. There is a girl who came to me for counseling. I'm a counselor, so I keep coming across a lot of things. So there was a girl who came across and she said, I don't know why I have a very difficult mother. People talk so much about mother, and for a girl to have a relationship with a daughter and relationship with a mother, I can't relate to that. I have a very horrible mother. I don't get along with her. I don't like her. Why is she so difficult? And I said, wow, you're so lucky. Is it unlucky? I think I'm the most unfortunate girl in the world to have such a difficult mother. I said, you are rewarded double than anybody else because you have a difficult mother. How easy it is to be with a mother who's nice to me, who's kind to me, who's always favoring me. I feel obliged to do the same to her. But how difficult it is when your mother is difficult. And yet you do the duty towards her. Take your responsibility towards her. You need extra efforts. So Allah will give you extra rewards. When you have difficult people surrounding you, remember you're blessed because they are placed there for you to pass that test. Because Allah loves you so much, He's giving you extra exams because He wants to give you extra merits on that. There's no extra merit when everything is easy. Only with difficulties you get rewards. So that's about relationships. So, what is the one ingredient required for relationships? The one important ingredient required for relationship is sabr, patience. And again, it's the most difficult thing. And just patience, just sabr is mentioned around over 80 times in Quran. Why is it mentioned so many times? Why so much stress on patience? Because you need patience for everything. You need patience to do your salah. You need patience to understand Quran. You need patience to follow the principles of Islam. You need patience to form a relationship. You need patience to go through everything. And the moment you don't have patience, everything can collapse. Everything will become difficult for you. And a man asked Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how do I get patience? He said, yes, that's a very interesting question. You cannot get patience. You cannot even ask for it. You have to be patient and you will be rewarded with patience. Patience comes with patience. When you are patient, then patience will be given to you as a reward. As we know, one good deed, you do one good deed, you get one good deed as a privilege by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gives you the capacity to do another good deed. But when you don't do that one good deed, at least nothing is written in your account, even if you're thinking of a bad deed. Unless you do the bad deed, it's not written for you. But when you think of a good deed, one good deed is written for you. That is the generosity of God with us. So when we are going to think about being patient, God gives us the capacity to be patient. And so we are able to be patient. And what do we know about patience? You know, everybody can get the patience after things happen to us. Okay, some calamity happens. If I had a car accident, I'm going to give you very simple examples for you to understand. Supposing I had a car accident and now I'm making a big hue and cry noise about my car. Afterwards I say, anyway, it happened. Now I've got the patience. I've accepted. Too late. You will not be rewarded for patience. Patience is counted at the first knock, first hit of the calamity. If you get the patience afterwards, it's not counted. And I tell you from the story of Rasulullah Sallallahu, because that's easier for us to understand. From where I'm bringing this. In Ghazwa Uhud, lots of people were killed and lots of bodies were spread around. And a woman came, and she came in a frenzy. She's looking for her brother, and she said, my brother, my brother, my brother. Oh, my brother, I lost my brother. And Rasulullah Sallallahu met her and said, don't wail. It's not good to do wailing. Don't make noise. Go calmly, look for your brother. She said, what do you know about it? Did you lose your brother? What do you know what is the pain of losing a brother? You can easily give me advice, but you don't know what is the pain of losing a brother. I lost my brother. I know what the pain I am in. So please keep your advice to yourself. And she continued wailing. And Rasulullah went away. All this was being watched by Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu. He was always waiting what Rasulullah said to anybody. He would jump and find out what did he say, what did he mean, because he had to capture everything that was said by Rasulullah. And that's why most of the ahadiths are narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, because he was always there trying to catch what Rasulullah was saying. So he came running to this girl and he said, what did Rasulullah say to you? She said, Rasulullah, where is he? I didn't meet him. He said, that was Rasulullah who came and spoke to you. He said, really? I didn't even recognize him. I didn't know. I told him off. He said, what did he say to you? She said, he told me not to wear it. I told him, go ahead. What do you know about it? Blah, blah, blah. Oh God, I have to go and say sorry to him. I have to go and apologize to him. Where is he? He said, there he's going. So she went running to him. And she said, Rasulullah, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. And I lost myself. I'm sorry I lost myself because of the trauma I was in. I apologize. I will not wail anymore. He said, no need now. Whether you wail or you don't wail. That time is over. You lost your reward. It's not counted anymore. That's why it is very important that when the trauma hits you, that's when you show your patience. And that's the quality of Iman you will have. If you really have the faith in Allah, if you really have the faith in God, God is there. Everything is happening by His permission and His will. Nothing can move without His will. Then how did you not accept it when it happened to you? You know, in the principles of Iman, there is Iman on Allah, on Muhammad sallallahu, on all the angels, all the Anbiya, all the prophets. We have Iman in all the angels, we have Iman in all the books that came down, whether it's Torah, Bible, Quran, we believe in all of them. Then we have belief in Iman on Quran, then we have Iman on the Day of Judgment, that there will be a day when everything will be sorted between us and our deeds. And there is Qadr Khair and Qadr Shar. The good and the bad that happens to us, if it is destined to happen to us, are we accepting it, or are we going to say, if it's Qadr Khair, it is all because, you know, I come from a family like that, I have such degrees, I have such beauty, I have such capabilities, all of this is because of me. So I'm taking all the credit. Nothing is because of me. Everything is from Allah. So I must thank Him and be grateful to Him, show my gratitude to God. He gave me everything. And if I believe that all Qadr Khair, that is all the blessings with me is from God, then everything bad happens is also from God. You cannot expect the evil to be above God. So when it happens, accidents, trauma, any kind of problems that happen to us, whether it's deaths or divorces, whether it's any kind of calamity, it is all from God for us to be tested. Do we pass or we fail? Are we accepting or we are questioning? Are we saying, why me? The moment we say, why me? We are being ungrateful to God, or we are not accepting it from God. And when you do accept it from God, then He finds ways for you. And He finds so many ways for you to go out from there. So sabr is something extremely important. And I will, inshallah, when I finish this talk, at the end of the talk, I will again come back to the one story of sabr for you to take home with. But I'll tell you, with sabr, there's another ingredient that is required for us in a relationship. It's called consideration. When I say consideration, there are two things, two branches to that. One is, we must not talk bad about people behind their back. Ghiba. When we are in a relationship, we often don't realize we talk about people. And we don't even realize what we are talking about people and how dangerous it is. It's like eating their flesh. And Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Hujarat, Allah says, would you like to take the flesh of your brother or your sister and eat it raw? And we say, ugh, don't talk about it. How can you take somebody's flesh? You feel so yucky about it, but you eat it. with pleasure. How can you eat it with pleasure? Then you do riba, backbite each other. So don't backbite each other. Go and, if you have the courage, go and speak to them politely in the best of manners and convey the message if you find somebody at fault. If you do not have that courage, then keep quiet, because Rasulullah said, speak if you can speak good, otherwise shut your mouth. Keep silent. Don't speak. Nowadays, people think we don't do backbiting, so we do front biting now. We go and tell whatever feel like telling. I want to tell you you're fat and ugly. I want to tell you you're dark and stupid. I want to tell you you look like monkey and donkey. I feel I'm telling on their faces. You're hurting people. You're hurting people. Don't hurt them. Don't speak if you can't speak good. Speak if you can speak good. Very important to be considerate about people around you. Be very, very considerate about people around you. Speak good or be silent. Don't backbite. This is one. And the second is, have husn zan. What is husn zan? Always thinking good of people. And what do I mean by that? I come to Shaila's house. By the way, I've met Shaila for the first time, so don't think, it's just an example, okay? So don't start thinking Shaila did this to me or I did this to her, okay? It's nothing to do with me and Shaila. I come to Shaila's house and I ring her bell. And now Shaila is not opening the door. And I know she's inside the house. And she's not opening the door. I'm standing outside. I know I heard her footsteps up to the door. She's not opening the door. So I ring the bell one more time. And I'm waiting. And she's still not opening the door. Third time, I'll ring the bell, wait for 3 minutes, and I must quietly go home. I must not think Shaila is not opening the door purposely. She doesn't want me to come home. She doesn't want me to see her house. She doesn't want me to meet her family. Look at her. She knows it's me and she's not opening the door. And there goes my train of thinking. No. How I have to use the husn zan? Maybe Shaila has put a face mask. She doesn't want to have me at that time. Maybe she's got oil in her hair. Maybe she's not in a comfortable state of mind. Maybe she's got a headache and she doesn't want to meet anybody. Maybe she had a fight with a servant or somebody and she's not in a good mood. Give 70 reasons before you think bad of that person. See, I could not even make 70 out of it. I've hardly given you 7 reasons. I failed. I can't find any more reasons. Give 70 reasons, Rasulullah said. And unless you give 70 reasons, do not think anything about that person. You have to give 70 reasons, and that's called husn zan. You give reasons from your own mind. Think what could have been. Think if you were in her place and you were in a messed up condition. What would you do? And give reasons. Give reasons. 70 reasons. Unless you're able to give 70 reasons, don't think bad about people. Don't give them your bad thoughts. So always think good of people. Don't think bad of people. She didn't answer my phone. She didn't answer my message. I think she's angry with me. She invited everybody. I'm in that group, but she didn't invite me. Maybe she forgot. Maybe she called and I didn't answer the phone. Maybe she forgot and she thought she's invited me. She missed me out. It's okay. Maybe she didn't have place in her house. She counted the people, 40 were done. I was the 41st. She cut me out. It's okay, Durreshehwar will understand. Take it. Give reasons. Don't think she's your enemy. Don't think she did it because she wants to kill you, to avoid you, to cut you out from and she wants to have fun without you. Don't think those things. Think good things. So it's very important to have the consideration. And in the consideration, you have to stop speaking bad about somebody and stop thinking bad about somebody. So these are the 2 things, husn zan and riba. And the 4th point is that when you know every day we make mistakes, every single day we make mistakes. And if you think somebody is upset with you and things are not turning out okay, give sadaqah. Always think the mistake is on me, not on others. I'm having a fight because maybe I didn't understand properly. I'm misunderstanding. I have the problem. Maybe I have to correct myself. Focus on yourself. You are always focused. Our gunpoint is always on others. It's because of her. It's because of her. She's too fashionable. She's too forward. She's so adamant. She's so strict. She's so stubborn. Everybody's bad. I'm the only one who's good, licensed, straight to Jannah. No. All the faults, look into yourself. What you perceive in others is what you're projecting of yourself in others. Remember. And that's what our Rasul told us. We have to focus on ourselves. If I think you need correction, and if I have to think everybody here needs correction, I have to look at myself, how much correction I need. Then if I have to look at myself and the corrections I need, I'll spend my rest of the life correcting myself. There is no time for me to think of all of it. It doesn't matter you correct, you don't correct. I have to correct myself. I'm answerable for myself, not for you. You know, I was talking to someone just now and I was mentioning to her that I used to do a television show for 3 years. I did a breakfast show. And the lady I was doing, the presenter, I was doing the breakfast show with. Some of my students of my dars would ask me, but there is no change in her. Every week you go and present this show and you present so many good things, so many good valuable pearls, but nothing goes into her head. Then I told them the same thing. You know, I'm not responsible for her deeds. Was Rasulullah responsible for Abu Talib's deed? He died a Mushrik. He did not die a Muslim. He's somebody who was like a father figure to Muhammad Sallallahu. Is he responsible? He lived his life with him. He was brought up by him. He could not save him. So why are you talking about somebody I'm doing show with? I'm not responsible for her. You know, it's like they say that there is a man who met an alim and said, you are an alim of such good standing. You're so effective. You live in this area. And in this area, I don't see anybody doing good deeds. So you're not teaching them? He said, brother, come here. In this area, there's a barber shop. But you see people having very strange haircuts around. Barber shop is there. You need a haircut, you go to the barber. Barber cannot come out with a scissor and say, look, I think you need a haircut, I think you need a haircut. Is it right? So you need to focus on yourself. Forget about everybody else. Give sadaqah. Always remember, every day give sadaqah, even if it's 1 dirham. Keep up. I've kept an envelope in my house. When I was raising my children, I had kept a box in my house and I told my children, every time, every week, when they have anything, if they buy new things from outside, they should put a dirham there. And they would remember to put it there. And then I would make them open that box, take them to the poor area and make them give it to them so that they understand why we collected, where it's going, and for what it was. And every good deed brings you another good deed. Every bad deed which is written in your account can be wiped away with sadaqah. So you must give sadaqah so that if you give out sadaqah, you will be protected. Anything good you're going to do, any new work you're going to do, give sadaqah. And let it be 1 dirham, 2 dirham, 5 dirham. It doesn't matter. It's your niyyah that counts. It's how much you think about it counts. Give sadaqah. And before anything that you plan to do in your life, always remember, they say, I was explaining to them that Rasulullah told the Sahaba the way forward to do anything that you plan to do, anything new. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, even if you want to do something, get married, or you want to buy a carpet, anything. You want to do anything new, open a business, whatever. do istishara and do istikhara. What is istishara? It's written in Surah Shura. It is to consult people who are your well-wishers, who you can trust, who know better than you about whatever you're going to do. Supposing I want to buy a car, I should go to the person who knows about cars, okay, and ask him, what shall I do? Shall I buy this car? Do you think it's good? Do you think it will be reliable? And those who have that car, go and ask them, how is it performing? Is it good? Is it fuel efficient? Whatever. You need to ask, do your homework. This is called istishara. And once you've made up your mind, then you do istikhara. Often people come and ask me, I want to do istikhara because I don't know which one I should go for. So I tell them, you can't do istikhara. Istikhara is done after making decision. Have you made up your mind? You have to make up your mind. Do I want this or I want this? If you've not made up your mind, make up your mind first. You cannot do istikhara. Istikhara means asking Allah to bless that what you have decided to do. So which one is it? This yellow pot or this lamp? Which one? I'm not decided to keep this one or this one. Then please first you decide, because you cannot ask Allah this one and then your hand is going in two places. No, one item. Hadal amr, this deed, this work, this one thing. So if you have two things to do, you have to do istikhara twice. One for this, one for that. Only for two different things I'm talking about. Like I wanted to do istikhara for coming here, and I wanted to do istikhara for doing dars. They're two different things. So I did istikhara for coming here, and I did istikhara for doing dars, because I made up my mind. I committed to Shaila. Once commitment is done, I did my istikhara. I cannot do istikhara if I'm not given her commitment. I have to first commit to her. I'm coming. Then I will do istikhara for going there. So if Allah wants to stop, Allah will stop it. I cannot say, I had a dream. I'm having so many wrong dreams, bad dreams, this dream, that dream. That means it's showing me that I should not come to Shaila's house. This is my own mind. Whispers of shaitan. Don't say today I have to do istikhara, I'm not feeling good. Wow, this is shaitan after you now. He wants to now reject your istikhara. So after giving the, that means you're telling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now I need your help because I'm going ahead and doing that. After saying that, then you're going to do something else because you felt something else. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You make up your mind, decide, do your istishara first, do your homework, decide which one you want to go for, do your istikhara. After doing istikhara, you have to keep going forward. You cannot retract your steps back. Only Allah will stop it. You should not stop. Lots of people don't know about it. So it's important. When Asma starts her life, she'll have plenty of decisions to make. So she must know, she must do her istishara and she must do her istikhara for everything she does. Then Allah will always help her to go forward smoothly. Subhanallah, I just want to give you today's example. That's the easy example to give you. Months back, subhanallah, may Allah bless Shaila, she took my date for today. Because I committed to her and I did istikhara for that, now I cannot retract my steps back. And I postponed my travel plans to next month because I've committed to Shaila. Okay, I will not change that. Now, everything is going smooth. Last night, I'm coughing. From nowhere, I start coughing. I live alone. I'm not meeting anybody. I didn't, get anything contagious. Alhamdulillah, I do my own hijama. Alhamdulillah, I don't get viruses also. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. All blessing of Allah. Okay? So now I am coughing. It's shaitan. He is going to now make it difficult so that I can start thinking, look, I think I can't make it. Even if I did this, I'm not feeling too good about it. So now I can't even drive the car because I'm feeling very weak with this cough because I can't cough and drive. I said, no way, I'm going. I've done istikhara, I cannot take back. I cannot do anything now. Only Allah can stop it. So I'm going to ask Shaila, arrange my pick and drop. I can come. Now if she doesn't arrange, then I can tell her I'm not able to go. Then also I'm going to tell her, please arrange an Uber. Doesn't matter. I'm coming. Because I cannot retract back. I've done istikhara. So Allah made it easy. I came. And you know, before starting my dars, although I asked her to give me hot water, but I made one dua. Allah, I'm going to convey your message to your people. My cough is your problem. I'm not coughing. Now after 2 minutes, I'll finish this and you'll hear me cough again. And don't think I'm doing drama. Honestly, this is from Allah. I have nothing to do with it. Neither I was coughing purposely, nor I'm not coughing now for some reason. This is from Allah, how He operates when you do istikhara and do the work. He takes over. Everything is in His hands. You just do your best. You don't retract from anywhere. You don't give excuses. You just keep going forward. And Allah keeps opening the way for you. And He has mysterious ways of opening His ways. So this is in crux, you know, whenever Asma, you or Taimur ever have any misunderstandings, give him your best thoughts, husn-e-zan. Never talk bad about him or his family or anybody for that matter. Make sure that you think and give excuses for that. Give that consideration. When your heart is broken at any time or sad, make sabr. And inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Allah is with those who make sabr. Remember that you don't need anybody back. When things go wrong, Allah is with you when you are doing sabr. And this is my own personal experience. Subhanallah, I cannot narrate in this short time what all I've experienced, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really makes you feel that He is around you, His help is around you, His angels are around you, just because you're making sabr. And you pass through everything so smoothly that you don't realize what you're going through. Allah takes care of you. You just have to go on making sabr. And remember one thing, everything is from Allah. Nothing misses Him. Nothing can touch you without His permission. And if it is, remember Ayyub alayhi salam, how much he was going through. Everything was taken away from him, but he was making sabr. Remember Yaqub alayhi salam, how he was hurt when his children took away Yusuf alayhi salam, how he was lying, trying for his child. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liked the sabr of them, so He gave everything back to them, more than them. He gave him Yusuf, but as a king. He gave Ayyub alayhi salam everything, and leaves of gold were dropped on him. And when he started collecting, a man standing by said, Ayyub, you are a man of God, you're a prophet, and you're after this gold leaves? He said, why not? These are blessings of Allah. After so much of patience, it's mine. I'll take it from both my hands. This is how Allah blesses. So we have to remember, when you want to know how to have patience, I don't know how to have patience, then think about it. Whatever you're going through, Allah is testing you for your patience, it's because Allah has kept a big reward for you. Think of that reward, the patience will come. I know Allah will give me my reward, and it will be better than what I have now. Just keep thinking that, and Allah will reward. And since we've come back to patience, I have to tell you a story, inshallah, and it will have a lesson for you, for everybody, and a reminder for me. There was a Sahabi, and subhanallah, he was out on an expedition sent by Rasulullah. In those days, Arabs had this culture, and this is the culture of Islam. So Muslims should also follow that the husband, before coming home, must inform his wife, I'm coming home, so that she's presentable enough to receive, not in her nightie with her hair standing and looking at him saying, oh, you've come. And he thinks maybe I've come to the wrong house. So always, those days, there were no phone calls, there were no messages. but there will be a messenger, a small boy sent home, tell her the husband is coming. So when the husband would come from the expedition, he will go to the mosque, because after a travel, it's sunnah to do 2 rakah nafil. So he will do 2 rakah nafil, and he'll send a messenger home, tell my wife, I'm coming home. Now this person's wife was alone in the house, and they had a 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy, maybe a little more, somewhere around that. I'm not very clear about the age. There was one son he had, and he was very sick. And he was very sick. Finally, he became very seriously ill. He had jaundice. In those days, they didn't have much treatments for these things. And when he came, the husband, he arrived, and he was in the masjid saying 2 nafil for making for the journey he had completed. So he sent the message home. By the time the message comes home, the child dies. Now the wife doesn't know what to do. Here's my son who just passed away. And as soon as he passed away, she gets a message the husband is coming home. She doesn't know what to do. So she covered the child and she went, took a shower, wore nice clothes, with perfume, with makeup, with jewelry on. She made food ready, and she's ready to receive her husband. In this story, you will know the rights of the husband on a wife. Is this great? She opens the door, receives the husband, asks him to come in, gives him food. After having the food, he wants to sleep with her. Obviously, he's come after a long time. He wants to be with her. So she takes him to the room and they make love with each other. When everything is over, he asks her, how's the son? I heard he was not well. She said, now he is okay. Now he's no more sick. He said, so where is he now? She said, he's sleeping. I said, okay, for late night. He didn't say, wake him up or something. Okay. So once he finished everything, then she woke him up at Fajr. And he said, husband, wake up. I would like to inform you that your son passed away last night, just before you came. He said, you didn't tell me? My son passed away, and you fed me, you put perfume on yourself, and you slept with me, and you were smiling, and you didn't even let me know that our son passed away. I'm going to complain about it to the Prophet. She said, I was trying to fulfill your rights. Before my son's right is your right. So I was fulfilling your right. He said, no. You should have told me. She said, but I cannot. After an expedition, you come home, after a journey, tired. I cannot give you bad news. It's not right. So I did whatever I think was right. He said, I'm going to complain about you to Prophet Muhammad. I'm not going to leave you for this. He was very angry. He just left the house. She said, what about, no, I'll come back and do the funeral thing. First, I will go and complain to him and tell him what you did. So he went to the Prophet and he said to the Prophet, I came last night. This happened. And she entertained me. She dressed up. She gave me very good food. And she really entertained me even in bed. She gave me full satisfaction and happiness. She didn't let me feel. Nabi Sallallahu looked at him and said, do you imagine how she must have done it as a mother? Do you realize her feeling? What she did last night to fulfill the right of her husband, you will see how Allah will compensate for that sabr in her, which she showed towards you. And how He will reward, you will see it. SubhanAllah. And what was the reward after that? They had 10 sons, and each one of them was a Hafid al Quran. that was the reward Allah gave them for that one night sacrifice which she did. You and me can imagine if my son or your son had died, how will we be to entertain our husbands? While entertaining, he'll cry. He'll show somewhere that something is wrong. How she did it? Can you imagine? What kind of iman they had? What kind of faith they had? What kind of tawakkal they had on Allah? How much they took it seriously. Everything that was taught to them, they took it so literally, and that's why they were rewarded so beautifully. 10 sons Abu Talha had, and all Abu Talha's 10 sons were Huffaz the Quran. And that was the reward. Because you know, one Hafiz, you are sure to go to Jannah if you produce one Hafiz. One child of yours, if he's a Hafiz, you are going to Jannah because of that. SubhanAllah. So can you imagine if she had 10 sons and it was only because of that one night that she kept it inside and did the sabr to just fulfill the duty towards her husband. From this story I end my talk. And I make dua from my heart for Asma and Taimur to have a beautiful life, a life blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with hidayah, with afiyah, with good health, with barakah, with everything khair of dunya and akhirah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you, preserve you, and keep you away from every shar of dunya and akhirah. May Allah keep you away from evil eye. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give capacity for you people to do the best of deeds, to pleasing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May you succeed in dunya and akhirah. May your parents, both of your parents, have that pleasure and coolness of their eyes by seeing you people succeed and be happy and peaceful in your lives. May this relationship bring lots of good, righteous children from you, sons and daughters, and may Allah make it easy for you to bring them up in the best possible way and give them the best of dunya and akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep your parents also in their aman, and may all of us who have assembled here for this joyous occasion of seeing you, join you in your happiness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this gathering. Whatever was said here, and good and beautiful and correct, was all from Allah. And if there was any mistake and error, then it's my weakness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me better capacity to do this work in a better way. Or it's the whispers of shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us away from any evil of shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our du'as, accept this gathering, accept Shaila's warm hospitality, her opening her home to assemble all of us, to gather us, to feed us, to give us whatever she has of her love and care. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her, everybody who comes to this house, everybody who lives in this house, everybody who passes through this house. May they all be blessed with khair of dunya and akhirah. May they all be protected by any kind of evil and shar of dunya and akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept my dua on behalf of all of you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Asma and Taimur to have a blessed life together. Amen. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبارك وسلم عليه. If anybody has any questions from whatever I've said, and if it was anything that you need clarity or didn't understand, please feel free to ask. And if there's any other question I can help you with, please feel free to ask. जी मैं अभी दुआ करूँगी. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our duas for Shaila's mother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy all her levels that she will pass through, her transition from this dunya to the other. May her time in Barzakh be peaceful. May her grave be lit with lots of light, lots of breeze. May there be breeze of Jannah in that. May there be coolness in that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all her sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give hidayah to all those she has left behind. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expand her grave, light it for her, and make her affairs easy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy all the way and give her the place, the best place in Jannat al-Firdaus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her and her children, become the sadaqah jariyah for her. And may Allah ta'ala bless all the children that she's left behind. Whatever good deeds they do, may it be also added into her hasanat. May all these du'as be added to her hasanat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our graves easy for us when we die, and give us also khatuma with shahada, with khair, and with the fear of Allah, with the love of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a good end. Give us also our expanded graves ready for us to take us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for all those who have passed away. And may Allah give them Jannat al-Firdaus and forgive their sins. And may Allah ta'ala accept our du'as for them. Amen. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين برحمتك يا ارحم وصلى الله تعالى على خير سبحان الله وبحمده وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته جزاكم الله خير for listening.